If someone said to you, right, you got to put calories on there, be responsible. We have a crisis in our country. We want to enjoy our food, but we also want to have a fit nation. Why wouldn't you be that keen?
I mean, it would just be impossible It would lead restaurants like myself who buy fresh, local, seasonal ingredients to end up buying packeted food that you could accurately measure the calories. It would stop people from changing the menus. It would stop people from eating seasonally. It would ruin the restaurant industry.
Why? Because you couldn't necessarily...
We're not scientists. We're not scientists. We're not educators either. I'm not here to educate people. I'm here to entertain people and have a good night out.
You are
Yes,
slightly
but just a minute.
People don't come to my restaurant day after day for nutrition. They come for a good night out. And, you know, they'll get up in the morning, have a healthy breakfast, a healthy lunch. They'll go to the gym. If you look at the typical customer in my restaurant, they're not obese people. These are people like yourselves, you know, healthy people that are coming out for a good night out, that go to the gym, that have a good time. You compare that to something like Wetherspoons or McDonald's that do list calories, and these places are not the gold standard for health in this country, I don't think.
Yes, but I don't think that this actually absolves restaurateurs from their responsibility to give the public information. I think people need calorie counts. We know that a third of people they underestimate how many calories there is in food. And given that the allowance for a woman is 2,000 and a man 2,500, I think it helps. So to see those calories...
Calories can be misleading, can't they? For instance, we just saw there, the plate of chips had fewer calories in than the granola and fruit. And, of course, if you had chips only, that wouldn't be as good for you and would make you more obese, potentially.
That isn't the point of this legislation. The point is that it will make people more conscious of what they're eating, become aware of the number of calories that they're consuming. On an average basis, there's no need for it. It's not a scientifically precise exercise. But people would gradually learn by seeing these calories.
Do people in Wetherspoons are being educated right now?
We have to stop mentioning
or McDonald's,
names.
do you think they're getting educated?
No,
do you think they're healthier for eating and seeing the calories? They don't care. They're coming into a restaurant to enjoy themselves. They're not coming to be educated. Education is your job, not mine.
It is simply not... Yes, and one of the ways in which we can help to educate people is to have these calories in front of them. And it doesn't...
Ruin their night out.
No,
ruin the one night out that they have in their life when they're going to the gym, they're eating healthily, they're having a nice...
a few calories on the menu does not ruin anybody's life.
I was in a steak restaurant last night. If I was reading that menu, and if I don't know the difference between a grilled fish and a salad and a steak with chips and béarnaise sauce.
We have an obesity crisis. We have to do something. When you say you're not there to educate, you are a man who's very passionate about cooking, and I'm sure you want to educate people about good produce, about good ingredients, about great flavours.
Absolutely.
Undoubtedly. So you do want to educate people, and surely part of that is helping them understand exactly what is in this meal.
But not educating them when they're in my restaurant, educating them in programmes like this, educating them through newspapers, educating them through the lines of education.
Anyone who sells a product to the public has the responsibility to declare quantity and quality. Whatever you buy...
Why does it have to be calories,
You can come into my restaurant, and if you want, you can put all the food in my restaurant into this app, and it will tell you the calories in it, if that's your worry. I don't see anybody in my restaurant using one of these things. I don't see anybody in a bar thinking,
Miriam's argument, maybe they should.
Vodka and tonic. I want to know how much water content is in this. How much... Go to a cocktail bar, you don't get your smoothie intake.
You still have a responsibility to inform the public.
Why not then indicate what
Yes, it is. You're selling a product. They're paying good money.
They come to me. They want to come to me, and I'll tell them what calories are in it.
Actually, I wish you were right.
The right food to eat and the wrong food to eat. Come into my restaurant and have a look at the type of people in my restaurant. It's
Neil,
a 60-40
I wish you were right,
split.
but we know
they're all
that...
very healthy.
Listen, a survey has shown 7 out of 10 people would like these calories. They would find it helpful. A lot of people want to be more healthy. And 6 out of 10 people would like to see a menu with reduced calorie alongside. They would choose to go to those restaurants.
Isn't that an idea that you could maybe put, like the way you have a V next to what's vegan or vegetarian, you could indicate one of the meals that was reduced calorie for those who wanted it?
I think it's pretty obvious
It's not
what's
necessarily,
high.
though.
It's not obvious.
Can I just say,
It
what
is.
about when you go to places like a pizza restaurant, for example, and you think, oh, I know, I'll have the chicken Caesar salad, which actually can have as much fat as some of the pizzas.
Yeah, but that's an
all the
education based
dressing.
on chicken Caesar salad is high in calories.
But if you're trying to make a healthy option, you think, oh, salad's
you're not
a healthy
having a
option.
chicken Caesar salad and a pizza every day, day in, day out.
But if
there's a
you
difference
take-
between a restaurant and something that, you know, if you're a school and you're serving food to kids, that's a point that's well worth addressing. And if you're an office building or it's like BBC canteen or something like that, that's serving people every day.
ITV,
There are people-
ITV,
I just don't think someone selling...
Anyway,
Someone selling food actually can't stand back and say, it's the
OK,
it's
but
the
what about
consumer's
personal
It is
responsibility
the
then? What
consumer's
about personal
responsibility.
responsibility?
But one of the ways in which you can
Yeah.
help people to take responsibility is to give them information.
OK.
You give them the information, and then they can make their decision.
Let's ask about what information. I just want to say about that, because I can remember when you couldn't eat fat. Fat was evil. Then you couldn't eat, now we can't eat carbs or sugars, and suddenly fat is good. It goes up and down and up and
Yes.
down. It's faddy. And calories aren't always
calories-
an indicator of what's healthy, are they?
You can go
you
into
could
your
have the
mobile phone
same
at any
calorie
time and find out
intake
But listen,
exactly
as you had in
what
an
calories
avocado
are, exactly
salad.
what
Yes,
healthy
one is
eating
better.
We know that.
But you say
Calories-
we know that, but if you're only going by calories on a menu, isn't it the same point of education that you're making about putting calories on the menu?
No, because what we do know is that cutting down calories would be have a major impact on the obesity crisis in this
Miriam,
country.
we don't live in a world at the moment with lack of information. We live in a world with so much
Well,
information.
this is a bit more
on
information.
anything you want. I can look up on the internet now and find out every single thing, every single item on my menu, or every single bottle of wine that I'm drinking, the calorie content, what's in it, and what's good to eat, and what's not good to eat.
I still
We don't-
think
but
you
people
have a
still make these choices because
responsibility.
they want to.
Well, but you've got a responsibility to give people information that can help them to make an informed
Lots of
choice.
people getting in touch on this. Chessie saying consumers need information to make informed decisions and choices. It will influence some, but not all, and that can only help when making healthier choices. Jan points out that a number of these restaurants do this already. Julianne says people eat what they want. You can't control what people put in their mouths. It's up to the individuals. And Anne says if you're into knowing about calories, you know what you can and can't eat already. I think we've all burnt a few calories during this discussion, quite frankly.